Over 3 years ago now, in September of 2019, Skybound Games released The Walking Dead The Telltale Definitive Series. This release, controversy of Epic Game Store exclusivity aside, appears in the present day to be the last time the community was able to rally behind something, where there was an excitement for the future with the Still Not Bitten team, and celebration for the fantastic series we all know and love. 3 years later, that excitement and celebration has all but faded away, at least from a personal experience. I think the question of am I alone in feeling this way is one I need not ask. It is only normal that after consuming so much of one particular thing that eventually you will grow weary of it. And though, while we must accept this process and move on, it is today that I find myself doing the opposite for reasons I wished were different. Had the series ended with Skybound scavenging the bones of Telltale's corpse to finish the final season, or even vanishing behind one big puff of smoke with the definitive series to never be seen again, I think things would be different. Instead, when I look back on the games now, it feels near impossible to separate it from the poor handling of definitive series collector's editions, the infamous statues, and of course, the comics. I think through my 16-second video of the first Clementine book that my thoughts on it are well established. While we gave it the benefit of the doubt, it seems as though a lot of fans, including myself, looked to the second and third of the trilogy in either disdain, or in my case, a total lack of care, which is a great shame. Like the other mishandlings, it becomes hard to separate this lack of care not only from these novels, but now to the games themselves. We would have followed Telltale through thick and thin should we have known their logo would appear on any future project released. Yet the same cannot be said about Skybound Games, can it? I find myself asking, is this just part of the process of moving on in time? Or was it pushed so much further forward by this other project I didn't like? To quote a character we saw for 5 minutes in A New Frontier, legacy is all anyone leaves behind. I believe this is what's causing so much uncertainty. Like any football player who stays in the game too long, or any politician, eventually their successful streak is bound to collapse. Some would say that we are lucky to see 4 full seasons, and I agree, especially following Telltale's downfall midway through the final game. So perhaps this feeling of a fall interest is not only related to the time moving us away from the game's release date, but also the missed opportunities of the content that followed. As I said before, people were excited that Skybound had managed to pull this team together, a team that were the 5-star roster pulled from Telltale's demise that carried the series from an unfinished death to a complete product. They were under control of the original publisher of the IP, not bound by any shackles Telltale might have been restricted to. It was, at the time, an exciting thought. If Skybound were looking for engagement, a way to bring people back in should their novel idea be shot down, the fans had been suggesting content for a long time. Character backstories that we'd missed, like Molly, Krista, or Kenny after Wellington. Continuations of the other stories they'd hinted at, like the war around Richmond and the Garcia family. Whether or not these were ever viable options, let us remember that these were unlikely to attract any new fans, and therefore any real profit. Regardless, it is a shame to think about the possibilities of these DLCs or side games in comparison to the pages of novels so many people became disappointed with. It feels as if there is a missed opportunity for this series, something outside of the world building and more to enhance the legacy itself. Fans, of course, want more to go back in to learn about, but whatever that may be, whether it's these character backstories or stories after the games, you can only learn it once. What I'm trying to say is, give me a Kenny fishing in the Florida Seas minigame, and all of my troubles will be far away. The point is, in the year 2023 and beyond, there's nothing that makes me want to revisit the series anymore. Well, technically there is. There's the modding scene congregated on Discord, which is always fun to look into. But officially, there's nothing. I sit here looking at the empty shelves of achievements I have yet to collect for the definitive series. Long have I thought about doing a final or just another playthrough to unlock them, if only for the sake of being a completionist. And yet, months later, I still haven't found the drive to do it. Committing 30 plus hours to a game is a lot to find, especially only to fill out a few pixels on a profile. That being said, the few times I have replayed scenes for videos within the past year, they've hooked me in, having my full focus, as if those 30 hours hadn't been missed at all. I guess that if you are truly a fan of something, then time cannot completely erode your liking of it. I'm sure that if I did begin that playthrough, it would be like this video never needed to exist. And so, on that note, we must remind ourselves that it is not the publishers or the writers or the men in suits that determine what we need to enjoy. Those games we played from 2012 onwards are still there and are not going anywhere. And to Skybound's credit, they even made all seasons available for the Nintendo Switch, so this can continue to be the case. Should you not like their productions otherwise, don't engage in it. It is not as if it would be a disastrous lack of loyalty to the publisher if Skybound were to come back and offer a new experience, one the fans could reliably enjoy. Then we'd be right back on board, wouldn't we? If I got that Kenny fishing game, I know I would. This serves as my own explanation for a lack of interest, though I would love to hear yours. It also serves as an apology. I am aware that this channel is quite tiny, and yet a portion of its few subscribers have come, I am sure, for Walking Dead content. There was a small hope of mine that I could do well by putting out selections of top 10s and discussions for a while, but really now, I wouldn't want to drive myself crazy. There are plenty of unfinished scripts and projects in my folders, ones I'm not sure will ever be completed. Maybe they will, but what is for certain is that I don't regret making all I've done for a series I love. So, instead of The Walking Dead, I'm going to focus all of my attention on a series that has shown unwavering quality throughout the years, Peggle by PopCap Games. I sincerely hope that you will be able to do the same, or the different series you enjoy. Thanks for listening.